Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome to your reading for this month of November 2025. Today I will be drawing your cards from the Crystal Magic Tarot. Oh wow. And then I will be closing your reading off with an oracle card from from the Magical Spirit Oracles. So, before I get ahead of myself, what other messages do we have for Pisces? There we are. I'll take what is on to, oh wow. Okay. There's there's a pretty powerful month for you this month, Pisces. Straight away I'm just feeling this reckoning, this push-pull between truth and control. This month, I'm getting this image of this pair of hands holding water, but the water just keeps slipping through their fingers. And I feel like that's what some of you are feeling this month. The harder you or the harder somebody else tries to grip and grab what can't be controlled, the faster it starts to dissolve. This is a really intense feeling. Let's start with the Ace of Swords here. I feel like this is your breakthrough moment. You have received, or you will be receiving, some really extreme clarity, some honesty, finally. You will be having a revelation this month. You might have actually recently had a truth come out, or finally admitted something to somebody or yourself that you've been avoiding talking about. And it's uncomfortable. I feel, even though the Ace of Swords is such a beautiful card of clarity, I feel like this is a little bit of my hand is shaking, a little bit of uncomfortable clarity behind this, but it is freeing. You are cutting through confusion, whether it's in a relationship dynamic or whether it's a career decision or just a boundary as well this month. The Ace of Swords it's slicing through illusion, and through that discomfort, it is inviting integrity back. Maybe you've gotten a little bit too far away from your values or your integrity with this untruth. So next up, we have the Emperor reversed, and this one's a little bit about control issues, or power struggles, rigidity. Remember that person trying to hold the water in their hands, and you could be dealing with an authority figure, Pisces, a really demanding boss or a partner who's been trying to steer things their way, trying to take control of a situation. It could possibly be an Aries energy right there. But this card could also represent your own inner critic, that voice that says, I have to keep it all together. When really, some of you could be really, really exhausted. And you don't need to be the one in control to be safe. You just need to stand in your truth. And you are seeing that truth this month, Pisces. Next up, you have the Two of Cups in reverse. And this card is definitely pointing to a bit of disruption or a bit of disharmony in partnerships, or a bit of emotional imbalance. So whether that's in relationships or whether that is in a work situation, something feels a little bit one-sided here. Maybe communication has broken down, or maybe a relationship that you're in just really isn't meeting you halfway. If you are dealing with that controlling, I want it all my way kind of individual. Whether this is romantic, it could be family, the same thing. A dominant member in your family trying to sway things their way. It could be a close friend, but whatever this relationship is, there's an energetic mismatch. The love and the loyalty is, whoa, the wind just blew through the trees massively then. The love and the loyalty here is not in alignment. Okay, it's a little bit out of whack, because next up we do have the Lovers reversed, and this could be about romance. It's not always about romance. It's about choices. You might have been pulled between the heart and the head, or between like two different directions that can't really coexist anymore or can't coexist in a healthy way. And I feel like this card, this reversal, it's a sign of internal conflict. Like when the external falls apart, it's usually because the inner alignment has shifted or is shifting. And for some of you, it's about realizing you've been choosing somebody else's comfort over your own truth for far too long. That's what you're going to be realizing this month with the Ace of Swords. And it's just a really strong message here. And so whoever this Emperor is in your life, or whether that's some of your own internal battles, you have been choosing their road, their comfort, making things easier for them, but it's not working. It's not working, and it's not healthy, and it's not in alignment, and you will be seeing that this month, Pisces. The Four of Pentacles is up next, and this card just shows that, you know, you might be holding on a little bit too tightly, sometimes out of fear. So whether it's you that is clinging to control of a situation, or whether you're clinging to a comfort zone, you know, in a situation or a job that feels familiar, or in a relationship that feels safe but extremely limiting. There's a lot of resistance here. So Spirit's showing me someone gripping a coin so tightly that their knuckles begin to whiten. You know, they're afraid to let that coin go, because if they let that coin go, it means loss. And that's a big fear for you this month. But I feel like this card's saying the opposite, or it wants to say the opposite. You know, releasing something brings freedom. Releasing something brings calm from chaos. There's something you are supposed to open your hands to this month, Pisces, even if it does feel, a little bit scary. There is definitely something that you have to release, stop clinging on to so tightly, stop putting so much of your energetic investment into. Finishing up, we have the Hierophant in reverse, and you know, this is a real confirmation. It's about breaking free from structures or expectations or traditions that no longer fit, breaking free of those boxes and those conditions that you're like, no, this does not work for me. Like, this is not healthy for me. Maybe it is about questioning that career path, or questioning that relationship dynamic. It's just questioning something that you have continuously been telling yourself that, it's just how it is, or it's just how they are, or it's to be expected. This is just the way it is. Like, I feel like you're evolving beyond the old rules of how things are supposed to be. You're starting to rewrite what stability means, what safety means, what balance means, but on your terms. So yeah, there is some truth coming through for you this month, Pisces, and it does need to lead to release. What level of release is going to be completely up to you. That power is in your hands, but make sure that you release enough to be able to reclaim freedom. You know, it's time to stop trying to fit into old molds or old shoes that just don't fit, that don't hold your essence anymore. The clarity is coming through this month, and it is coming through a little bit painful. It might sting a little bit, but it is the beginning of liberation, and I do feel like you already know this. Otherwise you wouldn't be gripping so hard. All right, Pisces, so I'm going to close your reading off with an oracle card from the Magical Spirit Oracle for this month of November. Oh my goodness. Do we take both? Okay. Oh, We'll take both. So we have potential and possibility. So reach out to the potential that is calling for you. This card is about really tapping into your intuition, your higher self. You're building for your future, you know, and I feel like once you do have this aha moment, this information, this clarity come through, you will start to believe in potential and possibility. And again, you will see that this situation that you're in doesn't have potential anymore. You will stop clinging so tightly, and in your future you will look at just moving out of these norms that just make absolutely no sense and do cause you a lot of grief, because what's waiting is the portal. Are you ready? So the portal is about, you know, your calling. It's about protection from ancestors, you know, your ancestors watching and trying to guide you through this situation. It's about adventure. And I feel to release this month will be quite an adventure. Not all adventures are Disneyland, but it's definitely an adventure. It's definitely going to bring a lot of awakening and a lot of clarity, and I feel like a pretty big shakeup in your groundings, like what you feel you've always known. But on the other side of it, you do have the portal, and that's where you can step into all of these new truths, all of these new connections, all of these things that do fit you, that are aligned a little bit more than what is happening right now. So yeah, it's time to let go. Time to release your grip on this one, because your hands are going to start bleeding if you keep holding on so tightly. Okay, Pisces. Well, that's what I have for you this month. A little bit heavy, that one, I know, but if it was your reading, I hope the message came through for you. I would love to hear from you in the comment box below. And as always, I'm sending you all of the love and all of the light for this month of November. I will see you soon.